Thank you, Carl. So, a few words about Marc in a moment, but as I walked in this wonderful building earlier today, I am always reminded of what the Skyscraper Museum stands for. And Carol, rightly so, and for probably the umpteenth time, told me and my son and some other people around us that my dad built this space for the Skyscraper. He was the founding chair of the Skyscraper Museum, and that we built it for such a deal. And I said, well, it was a deal for you. It cost me dearly.
You told me I was a rounding error.
Right. We're not supposed to know that. But what history reminds me is that the Skyscraper Museum is actually not about skyscrapers. It's about pioneers. Because it really took this city and the pioneers who lived in this city to have the gumption to think that they could build tall buildings. Because those aren't very easy. I'm very, very proud to have been from a family that built the first 3 tall buildings in the United States. But it was really, up until 2014, there were only 4 towers in New York that were super tall towers, over 300 meters. Today, there are either completed or under construction 24 super tall buildings. Each one of those buildings is the inspiration of a pioneer. And I will absolutely have to say, Marc, you are one of those pioneers that sit in that alumni class. Because what you did was not just have the inspiration to build a tall building, but build a tall building in a part of town which nobody had the forethought, the pioneering spirit to even contemplate. When you really think about it, all the tall buildings, with the exception of the Times Square renewal area, have been on the fringes. Because virtually everybody knows that was the easier place to do it. To go through the tussles and the process and the rezoning, each one of those steps was being a real pioneer. And what will happen as a result of your efforts and your team's efforts and the architects and the engineers and the wonderful team from Tishman that are building it, is that it will unleash a huge amount of enthusiasm and value and allow other people who may be competitors in the future to unleash the opportunity that Midtown East represents. So that's a true pioneer. It takes a pioneer to think about building a tall building. It takes a pioneer to think about building that type of building in an area of town that really nobody else had the forethought, the nerve, the financial balance sheet, but the creativity to think about doing. So I will say one other thing, that Marc and I got to know each other actually in a very different way many years ago, somewhat through his passion in horses and my passion in gambling. We were partners to build what ultimately became, sadly we weren't successful, the first casino in New York City. But we did a lot of traveling, we did a lot of talking, we did a lot of what you have to do to try to get that, and unfortunately it didn't happen, but our friendship remains, and I'm so happy that you're here tonight. So Marc, congratulations.